Now we'll understand the structure of pollen grain. See, each of this pollen grain is having two membranes, outer membrane and inner membrane. Outer membrane is called as exine, whereas inner membrane is called as intine. Exine is very hard structure. It is made up of a special type of chemical or protein which is called as sporopollenin. This sporopollenin, it provides resistance to this exines against many chemical and mechanical injuries. Okay. Now, inner membrane of pollen grain is called as intine. Exine outer and intine inner. This inner membrane is a smooth membrane, and it in the next step we will see this inner membrane is going to provide way for the male gamete. Inside the intine, cytoplasm is present. Along with that, one nucleus is present. Now, this nucleus is already haploid nucleus because pollen grain is produced by meiosis. So, this nucleus is already haploid nucleus. Now, in the next step, development of male gametophyte from this pollen grain will takes place. Okay. Now, this pollen grain will undergo first time mitosis. When it will undergo free nuclear division of mitosis, it will divide into two halves. But these two halves are unequal. One half is larger as compared to second one. This one half is called as vegetative cell, whereas the other half is called as generative cell. Vegetative cell will provide the nourishment to the generative cell. Now, this smaller half, that is generative cell, this part only, this part will remain as it is, and this part with its nucleus will undergo mitotic division again. Okay, when it will undergo mitotic division, this one nucleus will divide to form two new nucleuses. Okay, now these two new nucleuses which are produced here, they are called as male gametes. These male gametes are haploid. Why they are haploid? Because see here, pollen grain was haploid. When pollen grain was haploid, these two nucleuses which are produced here, they are also haploid. From this haploid nucleus, this male gamete is produced. That's why these two male gametes are also haploid. Okay, now this step, this second step completes this second step completes when pollen grain reaches the stigma. Okay, so till here everything completes inside the anther. After this step, pollination will take place. This anther will open and it will release the pollen grain. This pollen grain will reach the stigma. On the stigma, when it will sit, the stigma will release the liquid, and that liquid will be absorbed by the pollen grain. Intine of the pollen grain, when it absorbs the excessive liquid, it will form a pollen tube. This pollen tube, when it is formed, the generative cell, immediately at that time, this generative cell will undergo second mitotic division. When it will undergo second mitotic division, it will produce two male gametes. So, from pollen grain, two male gametes will be produced with one. This one is vegetative nucleus and these two are male gametes. Okay.